بشرى سليمة.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه المنتجبين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سل بني إسرائيل كم آتيناهم من آية بينة ومن يبدل نعمة الله من بعد ما جاءته فإن الله شديد العقاب. This is Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 211. Allah Ta'ala is saying that you should ask Bani Israel. Ask Bani Israel how many favors, how many clear signs has Allah bestowed on them. Clear favors, that Allah has bestowed on them. Different favors. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَنْ يُبَدِّلْ نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ فَإِنْ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَتْهُ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ. That to say whoever is ungrateful to the favors bestowed on him by Allah should know that Allah is very harsh in punishment. Sadaqallahu al-aliyyul azim. I started my speech with this ayah, because just to draw the attention of my dear brothers and sisters in the Islamic Republic of Iran, and especially our sisters, our honorable sisters of the Islamic Republic of Iran, that they should know that this revolution that Allah has, this success of this revolution and the emergence of Imam Khomeini that Allah has bestowed on the Iranian nation and on the whole world as a whole is a great favor, because a great favor which deserves for us to express our gratitude to Allah. And expressing our gratitude is not only in words, it has to be in action. Because only saying you thank Allah without acting, without supporting it with actions which shows that you are truly grateful to Allah, it means being ungrateful. So, and Allah said, whoever He has bestowed His favor on, and He's ungrateful, and that is the meaning of changing favors of Allah, being ungrateful, not even recognizing it, then Allah is harsh in punishment. So I started with this, so that I can draw our attention to the whole Muslims of the world, and especially our brothers and sisters in Iran. I draw our attention to this, to show us that the success of this revolution and the establishment of the only Islamic Republic in the world, it is a great blessing and great favor, and one of the great signs of Allah that He has bestowed to us. And the emergence of Imam Khomeini and his personality is another great favor that Allah has given to us. Because if the Imam has come and done and called the people and preached and nobody even answered him, still it's a great favor, because Allah has looked upon the world with favor to raise such a great personality to come and wake us up when all the Muslim Ummah are in slumber. And our pride has been trampled upon, to the extent that some Muslims argue, in fact, most Muslims, they argue, those who are even aware that Islam is the complete way of life, they argue that it is not possible for an Islamic system to govern our life in this, modern life that we are in, because it is an issue of history. I mean, yes, it's governed, it's ruled, and it's governed the lives of the people more than 1400 years ago. And now it is not possible, because this is a time of advancement in science, in technology, and all this. They used to advance this kind of unfounded issues, trying to show that it is not possible for Islam now to govern our lives. But Alhamdulillah, the Imam restored this pride in the Muslims to the extent that now a Muslim can be proud that he is a Muslim, and he can come out openly and say it is Islam that should govern his life. So on this occasion, I congratulate the whole world, and especially the Muslims of the world, and especially our Muslim brothers and sisters in Iran who have sacrificed a lot. A lot of them were killed. They became shuhada during the time because of the oppression of Shah, and a lot of them gave their life. They sacrificed their life for the realization of what you are now enjoying. So it is important, that on this occasion of remembering the 41st anniversary of the Islamic Revolution, it is a time that we should reaffirm our allegiance to the Islamic system. We should reaffirm our allegiance to Allah. We should reaffirm our allegiance to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should reaffirm our allegiance to the leader, Sayyid Khamenei, who is the true successor of Imam Khomeini. Because, alhamdulillah, Imam came, he sacrificed, like our Sheikh Zakzaki always tells us, that Imam has one heart, and he gave this heart to Allah. And for this reason, Allah gave the hearts of pious people to the Imam. These pious people, whether they live in Iran or they do not live in Iran, good people of the world, they are still in love with Imam. And alhamdulillah, after the departure of our great and beloved Imam, Allah has given us Sayyid Khamenei, who is also following in the footsteps of Imam. It is the soul of Imam that is inside the Sayyid Khamenei, is treading the path of Imam. Especially, I want to give this message to our sisters, our honorable sisters of the Islamic Republic. You should know that the Imam always said that in his speech, it is the Imam who brought back the pride of our dignity as Muslim women. It is the Imam who made us to be proud that we are Muslims, and he gave us our dignity as Muslim women, and then he showed us that we are also human beings and we are equal to men in the sight of Allah. The only person who is more valuable in the sight of Allah is someone who is pious. Whether he's a female or a male, it doesn't matter. It is the Imam who has encouraged us, we ladies, that we should be very active in the Islamic activities. It is the Imam who has restored our dignity to us. It is the Imam who has given back our hijab to us. Before, we were treated like dolls or flowers for us to present ourselves so that other lustful eyes can look at us. But it is the Imam who showed us that this is not the path. It is restoring our dignity. Is what will restore our dignity and our pride is for us to be true Muslim ladies, for us to act according to Islam and to dress according to Islam. And anyway, the Imam, he's only obeying what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enjoined on him in the Quran, because in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that he has ordered us to wear the hijab so that we can be known and we cannot be disgraced, so that we cannot be maltreated. So it is the honor of the women that made Allah to make hijab compulsory on us, so that we can preserve our honor, So you, my sisters, do not listen to those who are showing you that as if you are being oppressed because you are wearing the hijab. Anyway, I'm sure those of you who are wearing hijab, true hijab, you are sure that you are doing it because it is the command of Allah. You are only obeying Allah. And Allah wishes to preserve. He told us the reason. There are some commandments in the glorious Quran that Allah do not tell us the reason. He only tells us to do this or to do that. But in the case of hijab, he told us that so that you can be known and you cannot be maltreated, so that you can be known as dignified personalities. So it is just like an example of the dignity that the woman is very dignified. Allah has given her a great status, a status of respect, a status of dignity. And the way she can preserve this is, in order for her to preserve this, is why Allah told her to wear the hijab, because Allah even explained this in the Holy Quran. And it's just like now, if you have precious stone in your house, or you have precious stones, or you have gold or diamond, any precious stone, or something precious like that, do you just keep it in the living room for anyone that comes to the house to look at it? You don't do that. You usually look a nice box, a good box, then you put the precious stone in it. Even when you are putting it, you will wrap it in some soft, maybe material or something, and then you keep it in a very safe place in your house. You don't just keep it for every stranger that comes to the house to see it, because it is very valuable. So ladies are even more valuable than this. They are even more dignified than this. So the eyes of strangers should not pry on them and look at them lustfully and disgracefully. It is to preserve our honor, we ladies, that Allah has made hijab compulsory on us. So we should be proud that Allah has given us this dignity. It is not oppression at all, like some people are trying to show. And finally, I do not want to make my speech very long. Finally, I want to call on our brothers. I emphasize on this hijab issue, and I want to call on our good brothers and sisters, or especially our brothers in the Islamic Republic. We view with pain some weeks back when some of them, they were deceived, and some, they were paid from outside to come and to cause disruption in the Islamic Republic. Some of them they were removing the hijab of women, and they were removing the turban of clerics. That is very, very sad. We view it with sadness, because you, our brothers, you should protect our sisters who are mahajubin, who are putting good hijab. Nobody should have the right to remove the hijab from a lady who wishes to put the hijab. Nobody should have that right. And you should not leave the sisters alone to protect themselves. Everybody should be on the scene, like our dear and beloved Imam Khomeini always tell us that people should be on the scene. He's always calling on people to be on the scene. You should participate. You should not leave the work to the Basij alone, or to the Revolutionary Guards, or to the police. Everybody should be a police. Everybody in the Islamic Republic should protect the sisters who are wearing the full hijab. They should not allow to be molested. Also, everybody should protect, both brothers and sisters should protect the dear clerics who are wearing turban, or seminary students who are wearing turban. Nobody should have the right to remove the turban, because if those who do not want to wear hijab they are not forced to wear the complete hijab, because what they are asked to wear is just decent dress, just headscarf. It's nothing. It is not a complete hijab. If you are not asked to wear the complete hijab, which is according to Sharia, then nobody is forced you to wear complete hijab. You are only asked to wear just headscarf, which is not complete hijab, which is not even hijab at all. So, and every society try as much as possible to give some kind of code of, decent dress that should be worn. Even in societies that they do not even recognize Allah, and they are not Islamic, and most communities in the world, they do not just leave their people to dress anyhow they like, not to talk of Islamic Republic. So if it is a duty upon everyone to be on the scene, and for everyone to help to assist our sisters who are well hijabbed, they should not be allowed to be molested. The clerics should not be molested. Nobody should have right to do that. If everybody is acting as, you should not leave the work to the police, you should not leave the work to the Basij or the Revolutionary Guards. Everyone should be concerned. Even if it is, you are maybe in metro station, anywhere, and you see a woman with hijab being molested, everyone should come to her aid. They should not leave her alone. And so if you see a cleric being molested, you should not leave them alone. I hope and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect this Islamic Republic, and inshallah, Allah will foil the plans of the enemies of Allah. It will come to naught, inshallah. They have tried, right from the onset of this revolution, they have tried to destroy the revolution. Allah will not allow them. We are with you, our brothers and sisters. May Allah bless you, and may Allah help Sayyid Khamenei. May Allah help you, Ya Sayyid, to keep on the path of the Imam the way you have been doing since after the departure of the Imam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
فكرة سليمة.